Woof. Welcome to the Bach Boys. I'm Ryan S.
I'm KCS.
I'm Jake C.
And that was brutal, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We're boys who love the Bach. And this is an anti-season, but I've been rocked.
I'm a boy who's not sure if I'm in love with the Bach. Maybe I am, but I wish I was less confused. I'm so confused.
I don't like any of this already. The confusion argument, let's dive in.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, we've all seen the show. That was horrible. This is an anti-season, but I feel for Colton so hard. They really we just watched a young man get duped on national TV, brainwashed, set up.
For weeks. His misery was orchestrated by a team of cutthroat, sadist ABC producers just to make money.
I think that's where I stand. And I don't know. This just feels like the ultimate act of ABC sadism. Colton literally said for a whole season that this was his greatest fear, this exact scenario. And ABC put every freaking gear in motion to make the exact scenario happen.
Yeah, and poor guy. They make you trust and then they make you spill. You never tell the devil your secrets. I've been told that since I was a little boy.
Do you guys really think that this was like a week one plot of ABC from the second they heard that in the first interview? Because I think it's something they realized that when they had it, and why not? And let's run with that. But I don't think like you can. I mean, unless they're that good, I don't think you can orchestrate
Not like
Cassie.
since night one, but like for the last several weeks, they can certainly orchestrate.
Yes,
like, okay, if things don't go well at hometowns, we're gonna bring her family or whatever, because they know for weeks that he's in love with her.
Well, and they didn't want him to lose his virginity. They knew he wasn't gonna hook up with Tayshia. And that's why they put her first. And then they knew Cassie was gonna do this thing. They brought in the dad to make sure of it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want to deal with the virginity thing. This whole thing's a freaking sham. They didn't want to lose virginity on camera. I think the whole thing, I mean, and I don't know when it started.
I think that's a part of it. I wouldn't say that's the main.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe there's so many like X factors here.
Yeah.
Cassie being a known reality show star now, being like the biggest one. Like then I'm like, does she know how to manipulate a narrative like this? Does her family? Like,
yeah. Like how deep does it go?
I said off air, I think you even said this, it's just the dad certainly wasn't clamoring after ABC. There's no way the dad was like, I need to stop this.
Yeah, like, please, fly me out to Portugal.
How the hell did the dad
on the off chance they have a conversation about me?
The producers probably called him and said, Colton's pretty serious about your daughter. It looks like it's going to happen, but, we're willing to fly you out to Portugal if you'd like to, talk to her before that happens. And I'm sure he's like, okay. And they're like, yeah, we'll pay for it. And it's already booked. It was booked 2 weeks ago, and here you go. And
yeah, it's been booked for 10 weeks.
Yeah, but I just, I think I agree that they're sadists here, and that once they found what they found, their pot of gold, they just like were so ready to ruin his life over it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I also felt for Cassie. I don't think she's like guilt-free here, but I think that she looked at it as like a fun television experience where she like could enjoy a boyfriend, but I don't think she ever thought she would get married off the show.
No.
And I think that her producer probably like told her like, don't worry, it's all very casual. And then all at once was like, so 2 weeks from now he's going to marry you. Like, and like he's in love with you. Like, and they probably constructed it to be a blindsiding moment for her and made it scary, and then brought her dad to make it scarier, and like they forced her hand to end it now and end it in a terrible way.
This is where the thing falls apart.
I can see that.
That's where I empathize.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, I think, look, I agree with Cassie didn't want to get married. She's 23 years old, and frankly, neither did Colton. But Colton, he read the cue cards too closely. Like, he started believing his own lies and started believing that he needs this immediate forever partner and that it's going to happen at the end of this. And he's certain he's found it. It's here.
Yeah.
And then he was trying to explain that to Cassie, who's trying to explain that she has doubts. And it's like this weird, it was almost like a delusion. Like he was just exploding on her. And that scared her away because he's like, no, this is forever. Like, I'm sure. And she's like, that's not what I want to hear.
Yeah.
I'm like, and I don't know.
It was sad to watch him flounder through the like, I love you and I will give you anything so that you can find your love for me. And we can just keep dating until you find your love for me. And yeah, that just isn't how it it works. That's not how love should be. It's not what you want. But you're right. He tricked himself, and ABC certainly allowed it and perpetuated it and gave him a platform to stand on and believe these lies about what his life should be and the timeline of how it'll go. And
that's ABC's lie, though. They are the one who told him that.
Totally.
I don't know, Colton, but he was an easy target. Because the virgin thing, he already has a weird complex around relationships.
Watching him prepare to lose his virginity to Cassie was so sad.
That's
to
the
watch.
worst part of it, because he was so sure. He was so sure it was happening that night.
Yeah, he was like, "I've found my woman. I will make love to her. It will be
it's gonna be
pure,
amazing."
And
he's
then we will be
candles.
married.
He had the candles lit, and he's got the flower petals.
There was a moment right after he lit the candles when they cut to a wide shot, and he looks around the room, and I know for a fact his thought process is, wow, this is where it's going to happen.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
Seriously, he was sure he was losing to virginity that night.
Yeah. He was definitely taking mental images to save for his lifelong scrapbook.
And I want to reference real quick just the Bach Boys Nation. We've rushed right into this. There's a lot to talk about. We're going to address the Women Tell All. All of your favorite boys are back. They're telling all. That's right. KCS, Jake C, Ryan S, and, the other guys. One's in Singapore. And the other's at the premiere of Captain Marvel.
Yes.
So that's exciting.
Can you guess which one's which?
Well, they know who our EP is.
Oh, I guess so.
But they don't know who our sleeper Hollywood elite is.
Text us.
DM us. Surprise plugs. www.batchboys.net is our website. At the Batch Boys on Instagram. At Batch Boys on Twitter. www.batchboys.net/Fahim, of course, where you can dox Fahim. He's chasing us in a train car or push cart. We're in a train car going 150,000 miles per hour around the world, and he's chasing us. He wants us to give him money for a website that we never wanted.
And you've all been so supportive. Thank you. Keep doxing Fahim.
Yeah, I think we have some to read after the bloopers.
Yes, of course. After, it'll be the bloopster bloopers.
Yeah, the bloopers after the bloopers, because they're coming.
After the final bloopers.
I would like to address that poor Hannah G got the worst edit of all. She just gets totally screwed out of anything.
Mm-hmm. Not really, though. She didn't have to go through, thinking we would have been one step closer to heartbreak and or maybe ending up with him. If he hadn't blown up like this, and he was a more secure, well, I guess not more secure, just totally more delusional, he could have been okay, I also love Hannah, and tried it, and that would have been so much worse for both of them.
Yeah.
I think that blowing up is a good term, if that's the term you used. I don't remember, but whatever. But I'm paraphrasing that thing you said 4 seconds ago. But I think, he threw the show away. Yeah. He was he was so want sure. You. It's you. I'm going to pick you, and it's okay. We don't even have to get engaged. And it was there's no going back from that.
Which I think is fine by him, though. You know what I mean? He
Without
knew, and he was she's about to walk out of my life, or I do this weird bargaining thing that everyone in that situation thinks will help. And I think a lot of dudes and dudettes listening to this podcast have maybe been in that situation with someone. And I empathize with him about the bargaining thing, because when you're in it, you don't see how sad and pathetic you look. And he looked sad and pathetic.
But no, I think also there was an element of truth to that, because you don't have to get married. That's always the thing. Chris says, "Will he propose? Will she say yes?" It's I don't know. I feel like the format of the show, which is, again, paraphrasing something you said yesterday. But the format of the show is what set this up for failure, because all this pressure of an engagement that has to happen, is what these people would be a perfect mid-20s, might go the distance, will probably break up, but hey, let them give it a shot couple. You know what I mean?
Outside of the context of the show.
Yeah, and
it would have worked out.
Totally. If there wasn't this if we sleep together, we're one step closer to being engaged, and that's a big step. And
and also just the timeline is right there. They have their backs right up against the finish line. It's this is it, and then we get engaged.
And your dad is in frickin' Portugal.
Portugal. I think that he sabotaged himself, though, in a way, by appearing everything he did suggested the idea that is what he wants and he doesn't want it another way. And I think as he started to like tell her all at once that it would be okay, this, and this, I think it was like the first time he said stuff like that. You know, I think he was always very clear about what he wanted and like how it should unfold. And I just don't think she even bought it. She was like, she was like, no, you can't. She had her mind made up. I don't think the confused thing ever, I don't think she actually was that confused. I think.
Well, that's part of the thing too. It's like, I feel like we never finished the point because it's just a lot. But Cassie didn't want to get married. And unfortunately, she seems like she is a reality TV personality now who bounces around from show to show, maybe on a small scale, but it is happening. It has happened. Mm-hmm. So it's like when I heard that, when that leaked, when this other show came out, that's when she lost all credibility to me, because I don't know, she's trying to extend her 20 minutes of fame or whatever.
I think it just proves also that The Bachelor is this place where most everyone there is lying about their intention to be there and how much they actually would want to get married. And only once on a crazy blue blood moon can you get a JP and Ashley where like they are both crazy enough to have this work.
20-ish% success rate. Well,
yeah, like
17 years.
I would never. That would never be a realistic goal for me.
What?
To be on The Bachelor and be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to get married.
Yeah, like I've thought about going, but it's not like because I'm like I could think it could work for me.
Yeah,
I mean maybe it could, but
that's one way to find out.
Right there is how they get you. Maybe it could.
Yeah. It's like, hey, you never know.
I do. 80% of the time.
Yeah, six
if it's
weeks.
Demi, I'm going. I freaking love her. She handled herself great at the Women Tell All.
Snaps for Demi. She was very cool.
I think that it would be amazing if The Bachelor took it upon themselves to try a version of this show that lasted long enough for people to actually fall in love. Like, what if The Bachelor did a year-long
like The Bachelor
thing?
XL?
Yes, but like same amount of women, like more time together and like way realer. Like, I guess that would hurt their brand.
It's like the real world, isn't it?
Yeah, except without the jobs, without the juicery that they all work at.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. I never watched that show.
I don't know. I just think it reveals the fatal flaw of the show, which is that like it just doesn't usually work, and this is what happens.
But they're also so young, and that's the biggest problem with the show right now is that the contestant pool has gotten younger and younger every year, and especially on the female seasons because of freaking institutionalized like misogyny that they're like, oh, well, all the guys have to date girls that are younger than them, so then they pick the younger girls, and then they become one of the bachelors, and then the bachelor they become the bachelorette, and then the bachelors are younger, and then it just comes younger and younger. It's crazy. So I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to pick a girl from this season, I don't know what they're going to do to get that average age back up.
Yeah, like their mindset is such that Tracy, who, we goofed on, they're calling her a cougar and she's 31 years old.
And Chris is like in his 40s and he's calling Tracy a cougar.
He's calling a younger woman a cougar simply because she isn't like in her early 20s.
He even made that joke that was like, oh, I'm surprised you were able to get up those stairs. That was insane.
That was funny, but it was
funny, but totally inappropriate.
Yes.
And not cool.
No, yeah, but like, everything on our Instagram stands. It was just interesting to see, like, it's explicit. That's what they're saying. 31 is old. We're going younger, and we're going to keep getting younger. This is the direction of the show. Welcome to it. This is a new era of Bachelor.
I think that's where it falls apart. However, we're getting more exciting things, like an exciting Women Tell All.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole goal, though, isn't it?
I guess. They want the drama.
That's why they pick the people that will never make it out of the mansion. They pick those people so that they have footage for this to be like, oh, remember them and how they fought and stuff and never had a chance.
It's all Paradise bait now because Paradise has become such a focal point of Bachelor Nation.
Yeah.
That they're thinking way ahead. They're thinking 2 seasons ahead to freaking Paradise.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, Chris B even said that maybe B. Harrison said that Demi might be seen somewhere, and I think he means Paradise.
I know. I'd like her to be the Bachelorette, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Nah, Paradise.
I mean, yeah, there's nothing to even talk about Tasha's part of the episode.
No.
It was the worst.
Moving on.
And Cassie, I mean, I don't know, man. I just feel for Colton. Looks like he might go after her.
Yeah, I don't
You'll
know.
never stop fighting for her.
Which
Never.
was weird. Oh, the other totally inappropriate thing he said was when she was like, that doesn't bother you that my dad said no, and he's like, no, like, screw your dad's stupid opinion, I don't care.
Yeah, that's what you want to hear, right?
He
Is that
was-
I'm stronger than your dad.
I could beat up your dad.
I think that
me.
was like the actual strongest moment to support Ryan S.'s theory about like how wrapped up he was in like this like fairy tale narrative, because he was so blind about like what their love should mean, that like it can conquer all bounds, and like he just wasn't paying attention. He
Yeah,
wasn't even listening.
He had this like Capulets and Montagues like
Yeah.
fantasy. He was like, we don't need families
Yeah,
where we're
straight
going.
up.
Like, it's you and me.
Yeah, it, like
Take thy dagger.
read the
That's
room,
sad.
Colty. Come
Yeah.
on, like
Yeah.
she was clearly way upset about that. Like it was so easy to see.
Well, and you wonder why he brought it up, and then you think maybe the producers encouraged him, like, hey, you should tell Cassie about the difficult conversation you had with her dad, knowing that they had the dad waiting in the
Oh,
freaking
yeah.
wings. That's
Oh yeah, of course.
ABC. I'm really, really mad at ABC.
Yeah, I mean, you could see Colton just even when he's hugging her before they'd even said goodbye, he's just playing it all in his head. Like if a little cartoon bubble came out, you would have seen the producers being like, "Hey, Mister."
No, the second that Cassie said, she was like, "Well, my dad actually flew to Singapore or wherever, Portugal."
Yeah, it
Colton's
just
face.
clicked. He was like,
you could
"Oh."
see he just looked up and like it was this slow eye roll. Like he knew. Like
he's like
the dad doesn't just fly
He
to
got
Portugal.
bachelored. He
got
knew
fucking
it. He
bachelored,
knew it right then and there.
back.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
right.
he bailed.
Oh,
He
man.
was like, I don't want to deal with any of you. You betrayed me.
Yeah, and you didn't even do it somewhere that I can like travel home
He like
from.
he did get his Romeo and Juliet fantasy.
He really
He got very Shakespearean, like put onto a skewer in front of his like son, daughter, wife.
And I think the ultimate comparison was the Truman Show.
Yes.
Literally, there's so
Yes.
many parallels because, Colton just realized that this was a show and that he was manipulated and he has jumped the wall after, like, the girlfriend's pseudo-dad was flown in to carry her away. Like,
Yeah,
it
and
literally...
he even said it himself, which I was glad to hear because like, this is how I felt. It just felt insane to me. But he was like, yeah, like, and I jumped over. I expected to see a sound guy or a PA or Crafty or like, somebody waiting for me, and there was nobody, and I felt so good. Like, I felt so free. This is something he said in the final rose or the Women Tell All. It's like, geez, that must be a terrifying feeling to be like you're being watched at all times, and as soon as you're free, you like take off running into a country that you don't know just to get away.
That was also way more dangerous than they probably played it up to be.
Well, of course, he was running loose in the Algarve region of Portugal.
Yes, through the countryside even.
The Portuguese countryside.
And yeah, the Portuguese were getting their pitchforks and torches to hunt him down.
As they do.
Yes.
As, of course, is tradition.
of course.
You was going to say something?
No, I'm a little heartbroken
I feel so bad
For
for
what?
him.
For Colton.
for all of us.
For
For
us,
just
for
like
him.
everyone. I think as I watched it, I was just like, love is brutal, man. And the fact that this show just like 4 times a year like does this to people is brutal.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
insane. Like,
And
oh,
everything, every show got ruined. You know what I mean? Like Colton ruined The Bachelor, and The Bachelor ruined us.
The Bachelor ruined Colton,
Whoa.
dude.
Because we were supposed to be some kind of anti-season. We knew who we were.
Yeah.
And now, I don't know. Now I'm on the Colton side. And maybe we need to change our video titles. We're too lazy to do it, the thumbnail. But
Yeah, we'll edit our episodes.
I just think we
Yeah, let's-
assumed.
let's re-record them. We'll remaster them.
Yeah, check out the remixed edition of season 9 of the Bach Boys coming
All our
out.
opinions will be changed.
We just assumed that Colton would find love, which is why we were mad at it, because we were like, he doesn't deserve it. But like, we got duped the same way he did. It's just
That's
such an
super true.
expectation on this show. Like, even if it doesn't like last forever, every person who is the Bachelor or Bachelorette is like, awesome. I get my
Yeah.
soulmate
Even
now.
They
Thank
peeled,
you,
they,
ABC.
they pulled back the curtain in front of our own eyes and hearts, as if to turn the mirror on us and say, like, oh, like, you watch this show because you think it's, love and real, but, like, we'll show you what happens with love. It's broken easily. How dare you judge this show? You're complaining that people go on this and they're stupid, but look what happens. People get hurt.
People do get hurt.
Yeah.
Love's a dangerous game.
How dare you watch this show?
The Bachelorette and Bachelor Nation really is very anti-relationship.
Yeah.
Bachelor in
It's
Paradise
dangerous.
really is the purest and most true form of The Bachelor because it doesn't have this expectation.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what I
got
mean?
like an
It's
80% success rate.
Yeah, it's where it actually works because like they aren't
so
like,
much more
force-fed-
social.
Yeah, they're not force fed their life down a tube for 6 weeks. Like, here you go, here's your life. You waited for it. You won in a contest.
It even works for disgusting penis doctors like Evan
Yeah. Yeah, he's got 2 disgusting penis babies now.
with a
Are you saying
disgusting
his
penis
babies?
wife.
Are you saying his babies have disgusting penises?
No,
or
that's
his
not what I'm
disgusting
saying,
penis
obviously.
has given him babies
No, he's just disgusting for dealing with penises by trade, and
has
his
babies.
kids are disgusting by proxy.
No, his babies are penises, and they are disgusting.
Which part of his babies are the most disgusting to
I
you?
think
I'm
we've
trying
said
to
penis
figure
too
it
many
out.
times for the boys in the back of the car, riding
Sorry,
with their
just
moms on
enough.
the way to school. In fact, us and the moms should apologize to the boys
Yeah.
for such crass language.
Even adults can mess up sometimes, boys.
So on 3, 1, 2, 3.
We're
Sorry,
sorry.
boys.
Sorry, boys.
Sorry. Hey, I'm sorry to you guys that we didn't decide together what we were going to say.
Aw, I'm sorry.
Me too. I'm also sorry.
And I helped.
And
Did we do some surprise plugs already?
we could do them again.
No, that's all right.
Docs Fahim.
Yeah, Docs Fahim, please.
www.batchboys.net/Fahim.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to take a moment, pivot
Yeah.
into that fabulous tell-all.
Yeah.
Guys, I gotta say, if you guys want to talk about the tell-all, I want you to talk about the tell-all with a batch boy who wants to talk about the tell-all as much as you do.
What does this mean?
I'm just really confused about how I feel about the tell-all, and I feel like
No,
I just wish I had more time,
No, but it's
before I
fine.
told
so
all.
we'll let you say anything
We don't
you
have
want.
to tell everything, dude.
Yeah.
Like you could tell what you're comfortable with.
I think that telling all with you here tonight would be the worst move for me.
Why would you even think that?
Exactly.
I love you.
What changed
Goodbye.
your mind?
I love you. No.
I
Oh
love-
my God.
wait, I love you.
Casey.
Oh God, he got on a horse.
Oh my gosh. The horse is jumping over a fence.
Oh my God, how? Oh, Fahim's chasing Casey now. Thank you, Casey.
Casey sacrificed
He
himself.
sacrificed himself for us. Batch Boys Nation, pour one out for Casey. KCS.
Right over the equipment.
Yes, cheers
Cheers. A toast to KCS.
to KCS.
He sacrificed himself to Fahim. Still docks Fahim in case it doesn't work out. But toast.
Toast.
And now, all your favorite boys are batch.
To do your favorite thing.
It's time for the Boys Tell All. That's right. Let's welcome back your first boy sitting to my left. It's Jake C.
Hi, I'm Jake C. I'm so happy to be here.
Hey, no bloopers yet.
Okay, and of course, who would I be if I didn't bring your other favorite boy, Ryan S. Ryan S.
Oh, sorry, I was asleep. It's me.
Ryan.
Yeah, who else but Ryan S?
And that's them. That's your favorite boys.
Hey, audience.
You asked, you got.
I'm going to check in one more time, audience. Are you feeling good? Oh, no.
Epic.
Yeah, they're feeling epic.
Feeling super epic.
All
Thank
right.
you, audience.
Oh gosh. Okay, wait. This is the reaction.
We got surprise plugged.
Yeah. Now
audience.
we're cooking.
Yes. So good. And you know what? A big round of applause for yourselves too, guys. Yeah. A lot of people aren't comfortable doing that.
Yeah, that was a more humble applause, though. You could feel it.
Yeah.
So I think that I'd like to give my major shout-outs to Demi. We already talked to about her.
Yes.
But I think she wins the argument with Courtney. Courtney, to me, was so low.
Yeah. Courtney like tried to fight back, and it's just like, I don't know. There was no point. It's like, just don't show up. Like, you had no reason to be there. Thank you.
They half like that one.
Yeah, Demi definitely went a little, maybe not too far, but just unprovoked at a few times.
At the end, when she
Certainly
did the thing
that
about
one.
like, oh, do you want to say something to Colton?
Yeah,
I
Colton,
thought,
this is Courtney.
yeah, I thought that was over the line.
Yeah.
Because the rest of it was her standing up for herself. And I think her argument about maturity is true, because we were even saying, like, I think it's more mature that she, says what she means, sticks to it, doesn't back down, and, she's undeniably herself. And I think that's, cooler than being...
I agree.
I don't know,
she's
talking crap.
Yeah, and she's young enough to just be like, that's what it is. Like, I don't have to pretend to be anything else. Yeah, good for Demi.
You're only half excited about that? Come on, give us a
guys.
little more applause. Yeah, that's pretty good. We really
There
like
we
Demi
go.
here at Bach Boys Nation.
Yeah.
That's right. Our studio audience is back from the dead.
Yeah, we just realized there's more people out there.
Yeah, they hopped on our train. We picked them up at our last stop.
Yeah, it turns out this isn't a train, it's a tram.
Yeah,
And we're not going 150,000 miles per hour. It's been going at a leisurely pace.
very slow.
We're on the back lot of the Bach Boys studio.
Yeah, we thought we were seeing like that time distortion where you're going
Yeah.
so fast that it looks slow. But we've just been going really slow.
Yeah, it's insane. Just that's how good the effects and production is here at Bach Boys Studios.
That's true. I forgot that we bought this 50-acre campus.
Yes.
I know. It totally slipped my mind. We've been on this tram.
We were
for
on the
so
studio
long.
tour tram. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I don't know. It's crazy. The things that this studio can do.
I know. Well, when you have so much money coming in from huge companies like 23andMe, Bleach,
Yeah, Big Bleach.
Big Bleach has been funding us for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Big Ancestry.
Ancestry.com.
Yeah, we got good sponsors. Thank you, sponsors. Sincerely.
How about the boys in the back? Why don't we hear some support
Yeah.
for
ads.
our sponsors? Because ads are what support the content you like to watch. Some of your favorite YouTubesters, they probably have ads before it. You could skip them in 5 seconds, but the 5 seconds didn't skip, paid that guy's rent.
Yeah.
So thank you, sponsors. On 3?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you, sponsors.
Very good. It's amazing that no one could work together that well on the Women Tell All, as well as we did just now,
Yes.
except for Hannah and Kaylin at the end when they were like, let's look like nice people here because we both really want to be the Bachelorette.
Yeah. That was, I want to believe that, they're cool or whatever. I think they have no reason to beef, but like just being so vocal about it, even though they were asked, it just feels kind of stanky.
I don't know. I just think it's funny because there was so much confrontation around, just directed at Kaylin, and then they were like, Hannah, what do you think? And Hannah tried to be really diplomatic. And then
she's like, I don't think what everybody else here thinks.
And then Kaylin was like, I should be diplomatic back. Here's the thing. I think...
Yeah, how much of it do you think was on the fly?
I don't know. I like to think that everything Hannah B did was on the fly, and I'd like to talk about that.
Yes.
Because she referenced personal growth from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, and I feel like it was palpable. Like, she really seemed like a different person.
Yeah, I could see that. She might just have learned how to act differently, or at least not be nervous. I don't know what really constitutes a change in character for her.
Seem more confident, and more outspoken.
She might just be
more
more
vulnerable,
comfortable.
That's true. You probably just get used to having cameras on you. I guess this is one thing.
Yeah, and that's nice, to go from being super nervous to being, comfortable. But I wouldn't consider that as like a personality change. I don't think that is profound enough to make you become a new person.
She gave that toast, which I'm certain was off the cuff.
Yeah, me too. It was a long toast.
Yeah, she rambled a lot. It was definitely off the cuff. I don't know, and I felt like I don't know. I think we're gonna just keep splitting hairs between comfortability on camera and just comfortability in one's skin. So maybe it's tough to judge.
Either way makes her a good candidate to be the next Bachelorette. Those are two good things.
I've heard rumors. Everything I've heard is unconfirmed. But between Kaylin and Hannah, I think I've heard both Hannahs. I would love to see a Hannah B season.
It would be interesting.
It would be fun. She's upbeat and just goofy. I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I don't even, after this season of Bachelor, which isn't even over, by the way, I don't.
It is. Colton ended it.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's the show, but the show's not over. You know? It must
Josh
go on. No, I know, but it's like, it has blown up, but what could occupy another 3 hours?
At least. Because it's either...
At least two, possibly 3 if they split Tuesday in half.
I think Tuesday will be split, but what do I know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you thought the show was over this week.
I just meant like spiritually.
Yeah, it is. It's very spiritually over. They revealed themselves to be the monsters that we've always known they were. Stay woke.
We've been calling it from day one.
We're the wokest podcast.
Yeah. Hashtag stay woke. Well, that's not... We don't come up with original hashtags. We do, but they're like too crazy.
Yeah, it's too crazy for you guys. You guys don't want to use our hashtags because you're scared of them.
Yeah, what are you afraid to say? Hashtag Jesus had Spider-Man powers. Prove that he didn't.
Hashtag submit your spit. Sure, you're gonna mail us your spit, but not use our hashtag.
Yeah, we have gotten envelopes upon envelopes
you're
filled
listening.
with your spit, but no one has posted a hashtag submit your spit anywhere. And the reason we haven't tested any of your DNA, Batch Boys Nation, is because no one's posting about it. Because what the heck is the point of testing someone's spit on air if no one's going to post about it?
Yeah, honestly, like, we wear smiles about it and, like, we're real good-natured, but, like, have you drank other people's spit?
Yeah, do you forget that
hard
we're
to
doing
do.
it by mouth? In fact, let's pull one up right now.
Yeah.
I think we have Salad B's spit.
This is
Salad B submitted their spit to us. We're
yeah,
gonna
thanks,
pass
Salad. A more involved fan.
Salad B wrote it into the Docs Fahim. You'll remember Batch Boys Nation. So we're going to test Salad B's spit live on air.
All right, here you go, Salad.
Let me give it a taste. What are you getting so far?
Oh, God. Wow. Huh. Very interesting, Salad. I'm getting a bit of Portuguese.
I'm getting all Portuguese.
Yeah.
Salad B.
Nice, Salad.
What are the odds?
Yeah, did you know? Did you just want to test us, or did you really not know? Because that's really cool.
We picked it randomly from such a massive pile of envelopes filled with spit.
Yeah, it could have been anybody's. We just picked the biggest one.
So what are the odds? Yeah, thank you, Salad B, for a sizable sample. Remember, Batch Boys Nation, hashtag submit your spit. Send us in. We'll test your DNA live on air.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the season's almost over. I don't know who's going to sponsor us next season.
That's true. And any interested sponsors out there listening to the Batch Boys right now, of course, this is a tell-all. Colton will be back soon. I love that they kept flashing that in the bottom of the screen.
I wish they just had a black screen with white text that said Colton will return.
It'd be very Disney.
We should make that. We should make that for Instagram. You think that'd be funny? Would people like that? Would you guys like that? Let us know.
So
we're gonna do it.
Yeah. So like hashtag on it.
Yeah. Literally any hashtag.
Do hashtag Batch Boys Forever. That's one I was working on for a while.
I like that. That way we'll know that you listened.
Yeah. Hashtag Batch Boys.
Yeah,
forever.
we're turning this on you, fans.
We got our eyes on you. We're telling all. That's what everyone forgets. When the tell-all comes around, you think we're going to talk about what these ladies talked about, and we are. But there's a lot of interpersonal drama on the Batch Boys that we got to talk about. But I think we've talked a lot about it.
Yes.
So let's talk about the ladies.
Let's talk about those ladies.
Oh,
hey,
come
there
on.
you are. Where you been?
Sorry, they were just waking
yeah.
up. They were just waking up. They were getting bored of the spit thing. I'm not. Remember the hashtag, guys. I don't like... Okay, back to Hannah and Caitlin. We didn't deviate that far. I think we saw, if they are, quote-unquote, front runners to be the next batch, we saw very different approaches. And I prefer Hannah's. It's like Kaylin just cried her way. I said it last week. She just cried her way to The Bachelor. I'm so heartbroken. I'm unlovable. She's using all the buzzwords of like, Colton's hurt me. And it's like, I guess I just loved you and you didn't love me back. And it's like, Hannah was like, you know what? Like, I'm trying to find a love that empowers me. I hope you find that for you. And
Yeah.
like, I wish you the best. You're a good guy.
Very, I would consider out of character. A little rehearsed, perhaps.
Well, she literally tried to say the catchphrase. She said the thing in the limo when she left. She was like, I want to find someone who chooses me every day. Like, I'm not going to settle for anything less. And she like tried to say it again tonight.
Tried to requote herself.
That was the only thing I was like, that was a little rehearsed. She is a pageant girl.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, it was a nice, odd turn of phrase that people liked, but you can't. Lightning doesn't strike twice.
Don't quote yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think. Can you quote yourself? I mean, we do
Like,
it all the time, but we're
of course
we're the number
We're
one rated
quotable.
Bachelor podcast on the internet.
Yeah, like half the things we say are just our own quotes.
Even just our one word catchphrases.
Boing.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I forgot what it was. It's been a while.
That's your catchphrase.
It is my catchphrase. Absolutely, it is. I
Um,
won't forget it.
And I don't know, man. Nicole.
God, I hate that. That's what I'm saying about like the drama that they stir up and they show all the old footage. For these people, it's like it's been months. How are you not over it? Like it was.
I know. Why did Nicole need to come at Onyeka? And like, why did Onyeka need to come at her? It's like, what is there to gain from getting into a huge like shouting match on TV?
It's the ratings. Honestly, that's all it is. They're just plants that they put in there because they're going to want to talk about them later. They're going to want to have things to attract you to watch the show. Because in the beginning, nobody's
What's
really
their
watching the
personal
background
goal?
game. That I don't know.
Why would
I
what
think
do they
those are the
understand?
people that think they're there for love, but like can't understand that it's just that's not how to get it.
I just couldn't deal with another second of Nicole's like just fake concerned face. And that Chris even entertained the idea that she was really an emotional person.
Yeah, and he
She's-
called her out too. Good for Chris B. Harrison because he said these emotions. What's with the emotions?
He was like, "Is this like what is this?
Like this all the time?"
Yeah, you always
What's
like
with
this. I
the
believe that's
emotions?
exactly what he said.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, good for you, Chris.
But also, yeah, like because it was clearly pushed.
Yeah,
was-
he's not gonna let her slide on that. He's staying woke.
I don't know. I just
Yeah, I don't know. Those are just like the people that it's like easy to forget. It's like, oh, whatever. They came in here, they made fools of themselves. But like,
Jane.
yeah,
That was Jane.
I do not know who Jane was. That's like the only one I didn't recognize.
I remember her on the Bach Boys website, www.batchboys.net/ladies, where we live update all the ladies' picks. I don't know if anyone's looking at the website, you guys. So, like, I just keep dropping links, surprise plugs, left and right.
Yeah.
Actually,
And contact us. There's a contact thing.
oh
You
my
can
God,
write
we
into
love
us.
it. And you can dox Fahim at the Fahim
Yeah.
tab. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful site.
Yeah.
You guys, check it out. And remember, it's .net because we didn't want the .com.
Yeah, we didn't need the .com.
Whatever, what Fahim can think what he wants.
Yeah, we're batchboys.nation.
That's what the net stands for. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't need more Nicole. Although it was funny to do an ice cream bit and that Chris got to do a turn as Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, that was nice. It was good for Chris. I know that
Great.
something he really wants.
Great airtime for Halo Top.
Great airtime for Halo Top.
In fact, audience, were you pleased with Halo Top getting all of that airtime? Not that pleased.
No. What if we were to tell you that Halo Top is here tonight and they're giving each one of you in the Bachelor Nation Halo Top ice cream? Yes, that's what we thought. Halo Man, come on out.
He's awful shy.
Yeah, he's just going to quietly pass those out.
Yeah, don't look him in the eyes when he gives you your pint.
Yeah, and there's some paperwork to sign on the way out that just says you acknowledge that he's a ice cream boy and that he's giving you ice cream and that's his job.
Yeah, that's all it says.
That's
Don't
all it
bother
says.
reading it. So,
Yeah.
Any final thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I know how the season's gonna end, but like
He's
I don't
going
know.
after Cassie.
Oh, really?
I don't know. What
I
do you
don't know. I guess I just feel like he's gonna go break it off with Hannah because he has to do that. What, the next day, or do they tell Hannah,
Well,
hey,
Andy's
by the
gotta-
way, he dipped on your fantasy suite? You know, like-
Tasha, he even after the date with Tasha was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna pick her,"
Mhm.
like, which was hilarious. Like, spoiled the episode. then he just throws away the show. I mean, this is literally unprecedented. It's truly the most dramatic season ever.
Yeah, I can't see if they're like honoring her, wishes to be left alone and to not be chased and to just find herself, and she has her family with her. Like, if they're really going to honor that, they would not allow him to chase her. Or, he can do whatever he wants.
They are going to encourage it. They want to see every moment. They want to see the most messy nightmare.
That's messed up. They've been pretty terrible this season, so I guess I could see that. That would be a really awful way to end this season. I don't see any good coming of that.
I think Colton's got to tell her, like...
I think this whole thing might just explode.
You think it's just over? He gets nobody?
Yeah, it definitely gets none of these, gets, but like...
I think it's like... Yeah, the real right way to handle the Cassie thing would have been to just be totally transparent and be like, I don't know. I guess he couldn't be transparent, and maybe he is looking for a forever. I don't know. In my head, I wish
feel like that's what he was
like,
trying to do in that. Was be transparent.
I know it was such a mess because at first he was so sure, and then he was like, I don't need an engagement, and I think he had that realization too late. After he'd been like, no, we can make it to the engagement. We can make it to the engagement. And then like it hit him like, oh, wait, we don't need to get engaged.
True. Yeah,
and then
that would have been a better approach to come at it from an honest angle rather than one veiled by what he's been told.
Yeah, if that was the first move, I think it would have been like, if he had been like, I have doubts, like he does have doubts. He's got 2 other girls. Like, I mean, I guess he doesn't have doubts.
Yeah, when everybody's surrounding you, he's saying, oh my God, it's going to work out. I can't believe it's going to work for you. This is amazing. You're a success story. Like, just hang in there.
Well, he said on the show, too, it's like you just forget that, the Bachelor can still get dumped. And I think all of us did, too.
Yeah, he basically saying, like in the past, it's been like the Bachelor's entitled to marry someone.
Which is a mirror to institutionalized misogyny.
Yes.
Like it is kind of this assumed entitlement.
Yeah, it is. And
is that true for the Bachelorette,
That's
too?
what I was going to say, is like it feels different only because of who's asking. If the Bachelorette were to propose and be like, will you marry me? Because the guys, I mean, that's, an archaic, I guess, practice as well. But
it's all archaic. The Bachelor is kind of problematic, but it is like awesome television. I can't get enough. I mean, I feel terrible for what they've done to Colton. It's truly evil, but awesome TV.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's all they're going for is, awesome TV for a low common denominator. Maybe not always the lowest, but low. Because
pretty low, yeah.
It's pretty low.
We're about the lowest of the low.
Yeah, they're just constantly like propagating this like profanity and violence and anger and it's
and these kind of backwards views on sexuality that are like repressive and weird, like and again like the misogyny kind of stuff that's like that make sure you ask the dads. Like we were talking about it the other night. Like I think the only person who ever asked for like a mom's approval was like Nick Viall or someone cool like that.
Yeah, I remember that. So, yeah, it might have been Ben.
Might have been Ben.
I don't know.
And I feel like someone had a conversation with both the parents at the same time.
Yes.
It was like, hey, can I ask both of you, like, is this all right? I thought that was cool, a classy move. That would be how I would handle it.
Same.
Because, it's just kind of, it's dated, antiquated.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that on The Bachelor. So I wish that, that's why I liked Demi being so sex positive, talking about her quote-unquote promiscuity, which I don't like that word, but I think it's got a negative connotation. But I liked her saying, like, be comfortable with your sexuality. It's cool.
Yeah. I know, that was cool.
And it cut
she owned it all.
Well, she said it.
Nice.
It's 2019. Be open with your sexuality. It's just Heather just
slam.
Sitting there. It was a slam.
Oh, are you on me? What does it say under my name? But yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a show that's aiming for, or we're casting a wide net, and it's brutal. This was a brutal season, and unlike anything I've truly ever seen.
I would say the last night's episode of The Bachelor was probably my favorite in years. I mean, top
Even
episode I can remember right now. A lot of parallels to Desiree Hartsock's season.
Yes.
Because she basically told the other guy he was the one.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Brooks. Yeah.
Brooks, who was so cool. Brooks was the man. And then she picked what's his face, and they're still married. And I'm like,
Oh, are they?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
they're like for real married or engaged at least, but they're still together. And I don't think they have kids or anything. But yeah, she basically said like he was the consolation prize. She said like you were the one, and then picked the other guy, and now they're married. And I wouldn't feel comfortable in that marriage, but
Yeah, but that's happened with several couples. Isn't that what Jason did?
kind of. He just like was like, oh, I screwed up. I should have picked the other girl.
What's the difference? Isn't that what she did? She picked someone and then said, never mind?
No, he on the night of Fantasy Suites eliminated himself.
Oh.
And she was like, why are you doing this? Like, you're the one.
Oh,
like,
and then she still went on to get engaged to
yeah,
someone
and then the
else.
next day she
Which
like,
is kind of
picked the
what,
other guy.
what position Colton's in.
Exactly.
And that's
what I'm
full
saying.
circle.
Yes.
Got
exactly.
it. If I had seen the season. I was trying
I
to play
thought you
along.
had.
No. I was doing so well until details mattered.
No, but I like you.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Well, I'm going to go show Jake that season.
Yeah, we're going to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll just plow it tonight.
Yeah, and if you want to visit Bach Boys Studios, just check out our website, write into us, and we'll give you the info.
Yeah, we'll send you the longitude and latitude and the ticket cost.
Mm-hmm.
It's relatively inexpensive.
Yeah, we got family plans, got
Payment plans.
payment plans. We got like money plans for you to give us money under a plan.
We got money plants that we actually produce money. It's like a currency that's only used within the Bach Boys studio.
Yeah, we make origami flowers with dollar bills and we glue them to the plants.
That's right.
And then they grow more money. So,
yeah.
So we don't need your money. But if you want to give it to us, there's a link. There's a legitimate link that you can give us money.
Yeah,
on
so
the Fame
check it
page.
out.
It'd be fun if you did.
And we'll see you. We'll see you
Just as a
next
goof.
week. It's hashtag submit your spit.
Yeah.
No, that has nothing to do with next week.
Nah,
It's going to be crazy.
Next week we'll be on Tuesday as well, recording.
I think, yes. I'd look out for it. We should have announced.
So, yeah, if you don't hear us on Monday, don't be worried, because we're coming back Tuesday just like we did this week. It's a twofer.
Mm-hmm. I'm Ryan S.
I'm Jake C.
And everybody else sends their regards. Good night.